Every year at the Tour de France we see a number of unique and one-off bikes, and this year is no different. This is Vincenzo Nibali's custom Merida Reacto. The latest version of Merida's aero bike was released last year ahead of the Tour de France, and this is the same bike, or at least it might look that way. In fact, Merida have taken it one step further and they've shaved more than 100 grams from the frame weight, according to Bahrain Merida's mechanics. In taking that weight out of the frame, Bahrain Merida's mechanics have been able to drop the complete bike weight down to 6.8 kilograms. That's right on the UCI's weight limit. That means a rider like Nibali is able to have the aero benefits of the Reacto whilst having the low weight, climbing responsiveness and stiffness he needs in the mountains. So the tube profiles look the same as every other Reacto in the Bahrain Merida fleet, but Merida have gone to work on the carbon layup to take that extra weight away, whilst also stripping back the paint. That gives the frame this beautiful bare carbon finish. If you take a closer look at the frame, you can also see there's yellow, pink and red stickers. That's because Nibali is only one of a handful of riders to win the Tour de France, Giro d'Italia and the Vuelta a Espana. So let's take a closer look at the spec on this bike. Nibali's running a Shimano Dura-Ace Di2 group set with a 53-39 chain set and 11-28 cassette. That's pretty much standard on pro bikes these days. In terms of rolling stock, there's Fulcrum Speed 40T wheels wrapped in Continental Competition Pro Limited tyres. They're 25C in width. As for finishing kit, there's an FSA bar and stem, and Nibali's running an unbranded saddle. The rest of the team are on Pro Logo saddles, but we think this one's a physique. Nibali's mechanics have also dropped a little bit more weight from the bike by swapping in super light bearings and changing out the standard crankset axle. So let's quickly take a look at some of the other features that make this stand out as a pro bike. Nibali's running sprint shifters on the handlebar so you can make quick gear changes on the drops. And if you take a look at the front of the handlebar, you'll see FSA stickers to give the sponsor a little bit more visibility in the peloton. There's a few nice touches from the mechanics as well. The brake cables are braided and the gear cables are shrink wrapped, keeping everything nice and clean and tidy at the front. Finally, Nibali's running an SRM Origin power meter. That's a collaboration between SRM and Look, taking the German company's power meter prowess and combining it with Look's specialism in carbon fibre cranks. One final detail to mention is the Shark sticker on the chainstays. That's a nod to Nibali's nickname, the Shark of Messina. This is a really interesting bike from the Tour de France because it's one of the first times we've seen a pure climate like Nibali favour an aero bike. The key, however, is that Merida have managed to drop the weight right to that weight limit. For more content like this from the Tour de France, make sure you check out our playlist.